Ladies and gentlemen, today I'd like to tell you a story of one time when I was in the local town. I won't name names because obviously I'd rather keep it a little bit anonymous. But I was in a neighbouring town and I was just following my friends, to be honest with you. I was just following my friends. They were going to this one house party, right? Again, I won't say names, but I just ended up following them. I didn't ask the owner of the house for anything. Nobody knew I was with them except for them. I just showed up at the house. So essentially I invited myself in like a prick. And the reason I'm telling you this honestly is because I don't want you to make the same mistakes. I invited myself into the house along with my friends. We sat down on the sofa, and once the owner of the house realised from upstairs, she's quite adamant I left, but not in a rude way, in a really subtle way. In the way that I completely looked over. Again, like a dickhead. Like an idiot. She said, Teo, we've got to set your curfew for 1 minute from whenever it was, like 3:57. I reckon your curfew should be at 3:57. I was like, okay. I basically just ignored it like a dickhead. And then she dropped little less subtle hints like, if you do the dishes, I'll let you stay. Or, if you do this, I'll let you stay. And obviously my plan wasn't to stay overnight, it was just to stay until I went home at like 8, 9, whenever. But this isn't even the point of the story about lying and telling the truth. It actually goes on a little bit further. This whole stampede of women, I said there was like 4 of them, come rushing downstairs to me. Teo, why did you say you were going to fuck that woman? Did I? And the story is, essentially, my friend said in public, right, like a dickhead, but waiting at the bus station, he said, I was talking to some other friends of mine, and I told them that I wanted to see them on Friday, because what they didn't know is I just brought a Champion jumper, it's the one behind that one, and I just brought Air Forces from working for a week. So I was going to be dripped out, right? Dripped out in the Roadman drip or what's not. Like a dickhead. And I wanted to flex my style a little bit, to be honest. It's a bit cringe. But I said I wanted to see them on Friday to flex my style. And my friend said, because we were with them in this neighbouring town, said, oh yeah, because Taylor's going to fuck this woman. And because of my friends saying that, they thought I said that. Even though that's something I would never say. And everybody in the room knew that. And it was really interesting to see how my friends reacted. Because I obviously know I didn't say it. So I just kept on saying, I didn't say I was going to do that. And then they were like trying to make me feel bad. Almost like guilt trip me in saying it. Saying something along the lines of, you know she's not interested in you, she's taking the piss. I was like, yeah, obviously. Duh. That's why I'm not interested. No. They really are convinced that I said I was going to fuck a woman. At 14. 15. Even though I didn't say that. And I stood in the fire from the flamethrowers they were trying to produce. And I just said, and kept on telling the truth. I didn't say that. I promise you I didn't say that. Is that something I'd say? And it was interesting observing what my friends did. Most of them sat in silence. One said, just say you did, so they stop. One person said, just say you did, so they stop. Just tell the truth, bro. Always be honest. Because that same day, when I showed up and I said, oh, X, let me show up, and I was lying, I got flamed even further. But obviously when I was in the wrong, I deserved it. When I was in the right, I didn't deserve it, and God knew that. God observed. Even if you don't like the idea of God, even if you're an atheist, for whatever reason, God knew I was in the right. So he protected me. When I said the truth over and over and over again, and refused to just cave in like a little bitch, like you would. As long as the women are happy, right? They weren't happy. Because first off, I was lying about saying I wanted to go to the house, or I was allowed in. And second off, they were convinced that I said something I didn't. They weren't happy. But I don't care. I sat in the fire. I sat in the verbal abuse and said the truth. And I guess that's the only thing I'm actually grateful for that day, because the rest of the day was shit. These party idiots just wanted to smoke weed and drink. And I'm not about that at all. So I was just awkwardly sitting there for the rest of the time, getting urged to leave because I didn't belong there. And I didn't even fucking ask. So I should have left. But no, I stayed for the rest of the evening, went home, slept pretty well, didn't give a fuck. I told the truth. And looking back, that's the only thing I can be proud of. And the truth is going to be something you can be proud of for your entire life. If you sit there and say, I don't give a fuck what other people try to do because I know the truth. And you have enough patience and persistence and will and care for yourself, you just keep doing it. You keep telling the truth again and again. And eventually the truth will prevail. It's impossible for the truth to not prevail. Honesty will always come out. Me and you both know this. And unfortunately, without the truth in the world, because it's been slowly lost, everybody lies. God and the Bible had gay people in it nowadays, I'm sure of it. The Last Supper was openly mocked at the Olympic opening. Morals are being lost, respect's being lost, any mannerisms are being lost, and the truth and honesty is being lost, to the point where I am rewarded for telling the truth. Do you know how crazy that is? The truth should be expected. But nowadays, I'm rewarded for telling the truth. Taylor, thank you for telling the truth. Respect for telling the truth. Love for telling the truth, man. The truth has been lost alongside the stable standings of society. It's disgraceful. And therefore, I want each and every single one of you to tell the truth from this point onwards. I want you to be honest with people. Say what you actually think. And I know YouTube are going to hate that. How dare you say what you think too? Everybody needs to think the same way. We're all the same. Survival of the fittest isn't real. Blah, blah. That's what they want me to say. But honestly, if you say the truth, God knows you're telling the truth. God knows you're telling what you think, what you believe. And most importantly, God knows you're telling the truth. Only if you're telling the truth. The honest answers will fall inevitably. And that's why those women were unhappy. Because they realised I lied about being able to show up there. And obviously, because I lied the first time, they didn't expect me to be telling the truth the second time. So please take this lesson very importantly. Because it could be one of the most important lessons you ever hear. As long as you forever tell the truth, your life will be substantially better. You won't have to deal with hatred, violence, disgust, parties and drugs. As long as you tell the truth. And as long as you're honest to yourself. Honest to your word. Because your word and your mind and your body is the most important thing of your life. Without your word, you don't have that Trinity. And without the Trinity, you're not as powerful. So don't just be a man of truth, be a man of your word also. And feel free to join the Discord below, brothers, as our allegiance is our home. And I promise you I will continue to improve it over this Christmas break. The secret I tell you about the Christmas break is you don't actually get fucking breaks as a content creator. You don't get breaks as somebody who works for yourself. You work all year round. And I'm going to continue to for you. Because to be honest with you, you lot are my top priority. Over everything else on this planet. Even over my family at the moment, you lot are my top priority. Because I genuinely fucking care. And I genuinely want to have a loyal, powerful fan base. We can all have connections. Grow and evolve together. So gents, I hope you learned something today. And I hope you remember to tell the truth. Because if you don't, your life will be fucked. Something will go terribly wrong. So forever tell the truth. Forever be honest. Stay strong out there. And we'll see you tomorrow.